Dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack and flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yo, what's good, original crew, man? We're back. Hey, man, we're back on the channel. Back with another Just Thought Lounge video, man. Today's video, we got the tragic murder of Kayla Hodgson. Hodgson. How would you say it?
Hodgins, right?
What you asking me right for? I ain't said it. I ain't said it the same way you said it.
Hodgson. Yeah, okay. I hate butchering people's names. Yeah.
Hey, but with that being said, before we get into it, make sure y'all check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go. If you want to first support, you got to do it. Check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's video,
let me know with a thumbs up.
Hey, let's get it. Let's check this out. Let's see what's about. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
23-year-old Kayla Hodgson worked as a bottle girl. Late at night in the clubs, while the music was blasting and the drinks were flowing, she received a lot of attention. Though Kayla may have been popular with the men at the club, that was not always the case with other women. So when Kayla Hodgson was tragically found stabbed to death inside her home, investigators rapidly shifted their focus from the men in her life to the women in theirs. It seems that one rejected female's jealousy-fueled anger towards Kayla had been brewing for some time, and it had finally boiled over.
Thinking I ain't gonna go look on their page, I be looking at y'all page, and y'all can't talk about me because.
Hi there, I'm Kevin.
She was just 23? Did he say 23 in the beginning?
I didn't write it down.
And welcome to Just Thought Lounge. Today's case has very recently reached its conclusion. It's the story of a young woman living her life, free from drama and hatred, or so she believed. It was only after she met her tragic fate that the seriousness of the threats she faced became so obvious to everyone. Let's take a look. The city of Tamarack in South Florida is just north of Miami in Broward County. At 3 p.m. on July 13th, 2022, sheriff's deputies received an emergency call from an apartment building on Northwest 57th Street in Tamarack.
911, what's the address of the emergency?
Oh, ma'am, I don't know the address.
Okay, what is the apartment number?
The caller, Revelto Robinson, had just opened the unlocked door to his friend's apartment to find a bloody scene.
Okay, fire rescue's on the way. They're coming as fast as they can.
Can I run down and go get the paramedics?
No, but you could go outside and direct them in.
Hold on, ma'am. I'm going to get them now. Hold on.
Okay.
Yo! Yeah!
The caller said that there's a gash on the patient's neck. It looks like someone slashed her neck.
4 minutes after dispatch, Deputy Hodgson arrived at the building, ushered in by Revelto, who had rapidly covered 2 flights of stairs to wave down responding officers in the parking lot. He was quickly joined by additional sheriff's deputies, as well as fire rescue and paramedics. Emergency medical aid would not be required, however.
Oh, shit.
23-year-old Kayla Hodgson.
That was a horrible crime scene.
Hodgson.
Yo.
Yeah.
As soon as you open the door, you see it.
And she is 23.
I wonder why she
was found just inside the threshold of apartment 200, the home that she shared with her mother, Diana. She was clearly deceased from multiple stab wounds, lying on the floor, supine, surrounded by shards of broken glass. Deputies entered to sweep the home and ensure that no one else was inside. What they viewed as they walked through was the aftermath of a violent struggle.
Oh, goodness.
Though Kayla was found lying on her back just a few feet from the door, areas further into the unit showed what appeared to be bloodstains on the walls, floor, and kitchen island. Underneath Kayla was a dark hose, commonly associated with a hookah, a smoking device for flavored tobacco. Glass shards were on the floor, and a portion of the base of the hookah was on the counter. It appeared that Kayla had been dragged from just inside the front door to the position where she was found, a few feet inside. On Kayla's right hand, a fingernail was missing. Both the fake and the real one likely pulled off during the struggle with her killer. A DNA sample was taken, a potentially key piece of the puzzle, should investigators find a match on file or identify a suspect. Based on the droplets spotted across the apartment, it also appeared that the killer had remained in the residence for a period of time after Kayla had been fatally wounded. Investigators identified several areas where blood evidence was located in both Kayla's and Diana Hodgson's bedrooms, notably inside Kayla's closet and bathroom. In the kitchen, there were signs that an area had been wiped down, particularly on the kitchen island opposite where Kayla was on the floor. What's more, it was determined that most of the glass that forms the base of the hookah was unaccounted for. Investigators speculated that it had been broken during the incident and pieces later removed from the scene in an attempt to cover up evidence. Most notably, there were several shoe prints visible around Kayla. The prints clearly contained the brand name BB, and based on their placement around her body, these had to have been left by someone other than Kayla. The bloody footprints continued outside the apartment.
Stay by, you got 2 separate tracks. You got one going this way and one going to the elevator. He said he was the only one in there. We have witnesses here?
Hold on. A guy found her. Black Mount, he's over there, we got him. He's confirming, I'm going to ask his name. Maybe it's asking. He ran down.
The guy came down.
He ran down. The guy who found her ran down, flagged fire rescue, and then ran back up. So he's saying these are his prints.
The prints left a trail from apartment 200 down the stairwell, along the cement pathway, and into the parking lot, turning fainter and less visible as they continued outside of the building.
Outside the apartment?
Well, there's bloody footprints that come all the way down. So when you come upstairs, just be careful. There's there, and then they kind of lead all the way here, and then here. So I'm guessing he made it out to 57 if it's a 5.
Yeah, if it's a 5, it's probably domestic 5.
Yeah, so I want to lock that so nobody comes in there and here. And then the whole stairwell, you can see it.
It was not certain that the prints had been left by the killer, or if they had been left by Rivalto in his panic to flag down emergency responders. Though investigators examining the scene inside the unit were beginning to believe that items had been removed and perhaps carried to the building's garbage bins following the path outlined by the bloody footprints. What's more, the BB footwear matched a pair of slip-ons Kayla was known to wear, and there was evidence that her closet had been accessed by her killer. Rivalto Robinson patiently waited, blood visible on his hands, which he did not wipe off until after speaking with detectives as instructed.
Hey, listen, man. I'm sorry that you're going through this. We're going to do everything we can to help you out. We'll be here for you, all right? I appreciate you talking to me and being cooperative and calm, all right? We're going to have a million questions to ask you. Just bear with us, all right?
Velt, as he was known to friends, explained that he had last seen Kayla the evening before, sometime around 7 p.m. He left and went home. He assumed that Kayla had worked that night. She was employed as a bottle girl at a local club called Spot Lounge. Kayla had a shift at the lounge every Tuesday, which ran until about 4 a.m. In the morning, Velt stopped back at the apartment, but Kayla did not come to the door. She did not pick up her phone, and she was not responding to text messages. At first, he was angry, believing that she was blowing him off for an unknown reason. But after he left, Velt spotted her car parked in an unusual spot, just outside of the building's lot instead of directly by the entrance. He thought this was so uncharacteristic of Kayla's behavior, combined with her giving him the silent treatment, that he grew suspicious. So he returned to the apartment. This time, he tried the door. It was unlocked.
Now I'm banging on the door, because I'm like, your car is here, I'm banging on the door. And then I just checked the door, and I checked the door open, and she was right there.
Hold on 1 second.
Okay, so she's facing, her head is facing this way, and her arms is out right here. As soon as you walk in by the island, in the kitchen on the left side of the island. So literally on the left side.
Did you see anything unusual besides the fact that she...
No, nothing out of the ordinary I was seeing besides that.
Okay. Was there anything around her? Anything near her?
She had a hookah. She had a hookah or a hookah rope. I mean, her hookah hose was under her.
Okay.
Revelto described his relationship with Kayla as just messing around. Velt had a girlfriend named Nadia who lived in New York. By all accounts, Kayla knew about Nadia, but Nadia did not know about Kayla.
You've been dating her for about a year?
Yes.
Are you her only boyfriend?
I have no idea.
Okay,
Just
no
messing
problem.
around.
Okay. And for about a year?
Yes. She's a bottle girl at a party.
She what?
She's a bottle girl at a party. She works at Jamaican party every weekend. Every Tuesday, I mean.
Where's that at?
It's right down the road in this plaza down here.
In her capacity as a bottle girl or bar doll and waitress at Spot Lounge and other locations in and around Tamarack, Kayla received a lot of attention. She met men easily and dated frequently. Her close friends offered a few names. In addition to Velt, she had been on a few dates with a man named Shakir, was also in contact with a man from the club, though they only had a nickname for him. She was in occasional contact with a realtor from New York named Terrence, and she had an ex-boyfriend, though friends said he was no longer in the picture. They also reported that she was not the type to make enemies. She did not seek out drama and was loved by many. Kayla was described as an amazing daughter, a very loved and adored big sister, friend, granddaughter, and cousin. They remembered her great smile, but most of all, Kayla's compassion, humbleness, and loyalty. She had a vibrant personality and a big heart. Investigators were now faced with the crucial task of identifying who could have wanted Kayla dead. Officers on scene recovered one of the first clues as they canvassed the building, asking neighbors if anyone saw anything. In the early morning hours, a 16-year-old neighbor of Kayla's reported someone had been in the hallway and had knocked on her door. That person had claimed that someone on the floor had stolen their backpack, which had been left in the stairwell. After speaking with officers at the apartment building, the team gave a recorded statement to detectives.
In your own words, could you just tell me about what happened that night?
So it was around like 2:30 maybe. I heard a knock at the door, so I looked through the peephole, but I wasn't sure who it was. But I seen there was a woman, and she was kind of standing off to. When I opened the door and I poked my head out, she was talking to me. She was kind of not looking, like she was looking, but like over her shoulder. And
she knew she stayed in this, on this, you know what I'm saying, the area in this vicinity. She didn't know which one.
Because she's knocking on doors, trying to see who comes to the door. And that's probably...
reason why she answered the door and she immediately saw her and attacked.
Kayla answered the door.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because when a 16-year-old, it's a kid.
It's
a kid. I gotta lie real quick. You know?
Yeah, coming over a backpack and it's, girl, what? Yeah.
And at one point, she turned and she pulled her mask down. And she told me that she looked like someone took her bag. Like she put her bag down on the stairs, walked around the complex, told me she came back and her bag was gone. And she said, I knocked on everybody's door, or I'm knocking on everybody's door on this floor because somebody on this floor took it. She said she heard a door open and then it closed. Probably like 20 minutes later, I started hearing banging at the door. Like it was like somebody was aggressively banging, but I didn't come out my room, like, see who it was. But I called my mom, told my mom that there was somebody banging on the door.
The neighbor's unit was in close proximity to Kayla's, and there was no evidence that someone had genuinely knocked on every door in the hallway in search of the bag in the middle of the night. It was more likely that the neighbor had encountered the killer, who knocked on the wrong door. The teen gave a description: a woman in black with a mask. Surveillance in the building caught the woman on camera.
Kind of like a coat, a Yankees cap, like black sweatpants, and I'm not sure what type of shoes they are, but I know they're like really expensive.
Predictably, when the cameras were checked for the same individual leaving the building, they found that they had changed clothing.
You done changed it. You don't went in her closet, got some of her clothes.
Yes.
Changed. Bro. Wow.
That's why her
Those the same shoes.
Balenciaga runner shoes. He said they look expensive.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why she went through, ransacked through her closet, so she can see.
Wow.
Cause would these have BB on the bottom?
Well, I know they said, I don't know about the bottom, but they did say she did have some slippers that got BB on the bottom.
Oh. She could have wore the slippers.
She could have put Kayla slippers on or something, walking around the house.
But it's most definitely these.
But it's
the original shoes she had on was these Balenciagas.
Okay.
That's the only ones that look just like that.
Yeah, it could have been something else, but it does look like those. So yeah.
Cause he did say they looked expensive. That's crazy. Yeah.
I know they're like really expensive.
Predictably, when the cameras were checked for the same individual leaving the building, they found that they had changed clothing and shoes.
What if she tried to put on her? No, because she was laying there dead. I was about to say, what if she tried to fake like she was her coming out the house? I'm like, nah. Why change clothes? Unless it was
because you got.
But she got all blood. I mean, she got all black on. Blood really don't show up on black like that clear.
Because I'm wondering, did you come into town? Because you're not from here. If it's the same, if it's in the beginning, because we got a little info that
in the beginning
they also looked into the girls that some of the guys that she was messing with.
Yeah.
And Vault, the one that she was messing with that found her, has a girlfriend, Nadia. Nadia's from New York. But I don't know. We'll see.
The camera captured images of the suspect carrying a cardboard box and paper bag. Presumably, items from the crime scene were inside. In the following days, detectives gave instructions to have the items inside the garbage compactor searched.
Day 3 of a homicide investigation. At one point, deputies focusing on the garbage area downstairs from where a woman was found dead. The victim's second-floor apartment is still blocked off. A biohazard bag and evidence markers on the ground.
The unknown is driving us crazy. You know, we don't know who did this. We don't know why you would do this.
Kayla's mother, Diana Hodgson, worked as a flight attendant. She caught the first flight home upon hearing the horrific and devastating news of her daughter's death. Diana spoke with detectives to offer any insight that may be useful. She listed items missing from the home, including a pair of slip-on BB brand shoes.
I described a pair of slides that this person was wearing, and you told me they were BB slides and provided a description of them without me showing you a photo. Is that correct?
Correct.
We just discussed that on the phone. And you described them as a pink slide-type sandal with kind of fuzzy
fur.
Pink,
yes.
And
the BB lettering is like a glitter, like a rhinestone look to it.
Though their schedules often conflicted, the mother and daughter had remained close. Diana knew a considerable amount about her daughter's social life, her work, and relationships. For months, Kayla had been receiving threatening phone calls. In the days and weeks before her death, their frequency increased.
But she did mention that she was having an issue as of lately with the prank phone calls, and she seemed to be a little bit more concerned about that.
Velt was also aware of the calls. In fact, for some time, Kayla had believed that his girlfriend in New York was behind them. The number was blocked, but the slang the caller used, like the term deadass, was typical of New Yorkers, she thought.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Because what made you really run over there? You know what I'm saying?
Who?
Him. Did you know your girl was in town? Have you had a conversation with your girl? Has she recently been hot at you? Because you said, they asked you a question. They said, does she know about your girl? Did Kayla know about your girlfriend? You said, yeah. But did your girlfriend know about Kayla? You said, no, I don't. You said no, but you never know, bro.
You just never know what she knows.
And then did you know she was in town? Did she call you around the same, like certain times that she normally don't call you for you to panic? Like, because he said he contacted her when she got off at work at 4, right? Around because she gets off of work at 4 in the morning. He said he pulled up. He was contacted her. He tried to pull up, but this body cam is 1,500 hours. What time is that?
3.
So you had to come over there around 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to see like what day this July 13th. It's on a Wednesday. Yeah.
So yeah. So what time was
when they had got there?
Yeah, 15. Where I'm at, 15:58.
Or the 911 call.
Yeah.
So 3:09.
So
3:09 p.m.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, have you recently had a conversation with your girl? Like, is it any indication be like, oh shit, she done probably popped up over, you get what I mean?
So is that why you was like panic trying to get in contact with Kayla to let her, like, you know, like, I'm just wondering, mad? Like, are you normally like that?
And then, you know, like, she's not in a committed relationship with you. You know she talking to multiple dudes. Come on now.
And you have a whole girlfriend.
Because she know about your girlfriend that's in New York. 9 times out of 10, she like, you was like, yeah, we just messing around. But you said you got mad at her because she wasn't answering the phone, like y'all in a relationship. But you would know that she talking to other dudes. You know that. You wouldn't be that dumb and naive, would you?
Yeah, I don't know. I would like to know that is a love, but we'll see.
She thought. Velt was clueless when it came to the details of these calls.
Probably like a couple weeks ago, she was getting like prank calls, people calling her like prank calling her like, like just prank calls. And she said something, but she didn't get into details about it.
The greatest insight, however, came from a conversation with Kayla's best friend, Janisa, who was also a bar doll.
Also, if someone is prank calling and they're using that like slang or whatever the case may be, which we know that is associated with like New York, and you said that your girlfriend doesn't know about her, how did she get her number?
True, unless she
she done went through your phone and then
not even that. Peep this: a lot of dudes in certain things, they be on the phone line with their girl.
It could be something like that. And
she can get the phone records and see who you constantly talking to.
It could be that. You're right.
I ain't saying this situation.
Yeah,
but a lot of situations, dudes be trying to.
It could be something like that. Because I'm really wondering, like, how did
or she could have went through the phone, or he could have told and said, "Nah, my girl don't know her," but your girl do know her because you probably have told. Got caught up on the phone with her, and she
don't want to get that information because you ain't trying to like
incriminate her.
Ugh.
There was a guy named Shakur. There was a guy named Terrence. Terrence, he lives in New York. That'll be about it.
Okay, so Shakur, Velt.
Then there's her ex-boyfriend,
Javon. Okay. But does she see him at all still or no?
No, they haven't seen each other in a while.
Hold on, so is Terrence Velt? There was a guy named Terrence. Terrence, he lives in New York.
Terrence, he lives in New York. That'll be about it.
Okay, so Shakur, Velt.
Then there's her ex-boyfriend.
Because the officer doesn't read.
He said Velt, and then she didn't like.
So
Velt may be Terrence.
Because he didn't reiterate Terrence.
Yeah, he just said Velt as like because that's probably his nickname. So because I was like New York, I was like, so who?
Hold on. He did. Damn, his name Kevin, right? He did originally say what Velt's real name was. I'm talking about the narrator.
Yeah.
He did say
he
Velt's
did.
real name in the
Okay.
beginning.
It may be Terrence then.
So that would make sense. He used to live he lives in New York, but comes down to Florida, comes back and forth to Florida.
Okay. Yeah.
It makes. I'm saying that kind of.
So Javon. Okay. But does she see him at all still or no?
No, they haven't seen each other in a while.
And we know Terrence has a girlfriend.
Correct. Well, he doesn't claim the girlfriend, but yes, he has a girlfriend.
It was this connection in New York with the realtor Kayla knew as Terrence that raised red flags for Janisa. Because just like Velt, Terrence, or Terry as other friends knew him, had a girlfriend.
Sorry, y'all. Sorry.
I'm gonna say this on some real spill. I understand she was young,
Yeah.
but that's a dangerous game to play, right? Yeah. That's a very dangerous game to play. Once you find out you talking to somebody, it's a difference amongst them talking to other people. But once you find out that they have a significant other at any level, cut it off. Cut it off. You know?
Yeah.
There's no point of trying to, well, we just messing around. My girls stay all the way 100-some thousands of miles away. No, cut it off. It's a dangerous game to be playing because people, emotions, feelings, you can control your emotions and feelings, but you can't control anyone else's. So you never know what time they on. I understand you in this nightlife. I'm young, I'm trying to have fun. Ain't nobody taking stuff serious. Some people are.
Yeah.
And you got to realize that everybody ain't on the same time and you on.
Yeah.
What you want to say?
No. I was
in
like...
the city, though he claimed they were not an item. Terry and Kayla had met the previous August and began to spend time together when she was in New York. The problems with his not girlfriend began immediately. Threatening Instagram messages, harassing behavior, and turning up uninvited. She always seemed to know when they had been out together and would contact her afterwards. Despite this, when the crank calls began to escalate, Kayla still suspected Velt's girlfriend. Why? Because according to Diana and Janisa, from Kayla's perspective, her casual and sporadic interactions with Terrence were insignificant, not worth getting worked up about. It became apparent, however, that Terry's sometimes girlfriend disagreed. Kayla had returned home from a visit to New York shortly before her death. She and Janisa had spent one night out with Terrence and his friends while in the city, without incident. That had not been the case on a previous trip, when Terrence's not girlfriend turned up unexpectedly, looking for a fight.
See, this again, that
yes.
if she popped up on you before, you should have,
I get you. It's nothing we can do now.
Ain't nothing wrong with saying, okay, we can all learn from someone else's mistakes. And that's life. That's the smartest thing you can do in life is learn from other people's failures and mistakes.
She was waiting for Kayla at a lounge when we were in New York.
And not this past time, but before
no,
that?
this was about last year.
Okay. Why was she waiting for her there?
Probably to fight her.
Oh, she wasn't like, they weren't trying to meet up and like squash something. No, she just happened to show up where Kayla was headed. That place was a frequent place for the guys to go hang out. So she went there in some sweats, hair tied back, looking to fight. This is like an after hours place?
Yes.
Okay.
A physical altercation never took place. Kayla avoided the confrontation and went elsewhere. That night could have been a warning for Kayla, after which the threatening texts and calls ramped up. Janisa shared texts from Kayla about the harassment with detectives.
You're a whore. Leave my man alone. Like, just stuff like that, antagonizing him. But she goes, the girl keep calling me and text me now. She said, like, they would be silent for a good minute. Then I would have to scream hello just for them to say hello. Then at the end, she was like, you're a whore, right? And I was like, yeah, I know. Tell me something else. Then the bitch would go quiet. The next day in the morning, she messaged her again. Could be a female. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here pregnant. The sick part is, if y'all really talking and hanging out, I want you to know I'm not coming easy on either of y'all. The girl crazy. She had a tracker in his car. That's how she found out that they went out to eat, that he was picking her up. But for the most part, there's not one time that she did not know.
So I do wonder, did Kayla always go to New York to see Terrence, or has Terrence ever come to see Kayla in New York
In Florida.
I mean, in Florida. That's what I meant. And did she have some type of device hidden some of his stuff or luggage or something?
Or simple thing. Some dudes ain't thinking about it, sharing location.
Or sharing location and
he
stuff
not
like
even
that.
know. Because you can share location on any Apple product, whether it be your Mac, iPhone, other devices he might have. Share the location. Boom, I know she stayed here at this spot. Man, that's some crazy. But how did you know the second floor? Or have you been watching, looking, and you saw her just come up to the second floor, and you was like, I'm gonna get, how did that? Is that not scary?
Mm-hmm.
The woman who was or was not the girlfriend of Terry the realtor was 28-year-old Sakina Thompson. Sakina worked as a nail technician. She had launched a YouTube channel offering beauty tips and makeup tutorials some years earlier.
Hey guys, my name is Sakina. I'm from New York. I'm 20 years old. I'm a full-time nail technician. Yeah, I didn't really know what to say, but hello. Yeah. Okay, bye.
Though Terry insisted to Kayla that he was not in a relationship with Sakina, it seems that the two had been committed to each other previously. Sakina's social media was flooded with videos of their time together. She posted about receiving enormous bouquets of flowers, presumably from Terry. One video was a carefully crafted montage of a dinner date, which included a shot of her date's personalized boxer briefs, her photo printed across the waistband. In another post, Sakina shared a recorded display of her opening a luxury gift. Terry is seen in the background, receiving congratulations from friends.
He ain't finna trick off on, man. That shorty is crazy, bro. Crazy. And he's saying that ain't his girlfriend, but he wearing boxer briefs with her face all over it. Man.
Whether Sakina was exaggerating the blissful nature of her relationship or not can only be speculated. What is clear was that in her mind, Terry was her man, and he was not meant to be in contact with other women.
I'ma go buy me a gun.
When y'all on a break and you see her, when you see he refollowed, he's not supposed to be talking to.
And I'ma come back and set this motherfucker off.
Sakina found Kayla on Instagram and evidently followed her activities closely.
Wow.
Just days before the murder, Kayla blocked her.
Bitches be talking about me thinking I ain't gonna go look on their page. I be looking at y'all page, and y'all can't talk about me because
It seemed unlikely that the last night Terry and Kayla spent out in New York went unnoticed. In addition, Sakina almost certainly had access to Terry's cell phone for the express purpose of monitoring his interactions with other women. She even posted their messages to each other, showing his...
Question. What's up, man? What do you want for Christmas? Your love. Something money can't ask you. Just gonna ask you like buy nothing, please. Yeah, you said the same thing. Same for your B-Day.
Love and loyalty to her. Terry wrote, "This is the happiest I have ever been. I love you forever, like I will never stop loving you. I hope you know." An offer that he made was also revealing. "If you come over, I'll let you go through my phone."
Oh, there you go.
She was really mentally psycho. Like, mentally, the girl would not leave Kayla alone. Mind you, this guy talks to many other girls in New York. But I think the fact that Kayla was gorgeous, you know, she had the body and everything, like Terrence was just after her. And that was just a persistent thing with her. It wasn't just a one night, you know, it was persistent. And he would work on it. He would fly her out. He would send her food. Like, it was persistent. I feel like she felt like she was a threat. Okay. And I don't know, I was sitting at home and I don't know, everybody kept asking me, like, do you know anybody that Kayla had problems with? Do you know anybody that didn't like her? Nothing triggered to me. And then all of a sudden it just hit me like I forgot about this girl would literally antagonize Kayla for no reason. I know Terrence has bought a flight for Kayla, to come to New York. So I have of course the address would have to be in their messages. And the girl has access to his phone because she's text Kayla off his phone. So that's the...
She's text Kayla off his phone. Oh.
So, but he doesn't necessarily have to have her address in his phone though. Because why would she? All she would have to say is, "I fly out this airport." Why does he? Unless he sent her gifts and stuff.
Yeah.
Because the address part and the location is the biggest thing. Like, how did she know where she stayed? Like, she could probably know the city, but how does she? If Terrence never comes to Florida, unless, like, because he does like tricking off, spending money and buying gifts and stuff. I can see him, or flowers, sending flowers. Because what this happened in July, I don't know her birthday or anything. No special occasion is around this time. So unless he has sent her something before and stuff like that, but outside of that, doesn't make any sense,
Yeah.
Access to his phone because she's text Kayla off his phone. So that's the only way I can think that she can get the addresses.
Terry had purchased Kayla flights to New York. He ordered food to be delivered to her home in Tamarack. There was every reason to believe that her address was in his phone and that his jealous and angry, sometimes girlfriend, had access to his device. Sakina Thompson matched the physical profile of the woman caught on camera outside of Kayla's apartment on the night of the murder. They placed her photo in a presentation lineup for the teenage neighbor who saw the likely killer that night. She identified Sakina Thompson.
In your own words, like, if you were to say how sure you were that was the person.
95.
95? Okay.
The little girl identified.
On Wednesday, August 3rd, 2022, at approximately 8:50 a.m., Sakina Thompson was taken into custody with the assistance of the U.S. Marshals Task Force in New York. She was then extradited to Florida. In the small black Prada purse that she carried at the time of her arrest were a handful of items, most notably the printout for a plane ticket, New York to Fort Lauderdale, leaving July 12th and returning the 14th.
Wow.
Investigators also learned that she was 2 months pregnant.
Stupid.
You're so stupid.
Sakina pleaded not guilty to a charge of first-degree premeditated murder. There was no sense arguing that she was not the woman at the Tamarack apartment that night. In addition to the plane tickets, investigators linked her to a stay at the Plaza Hotel, to Lyft car rides to and from the airport, as well as attempts to conceal the Ubers she ordered to and from Kayla's apartment by using a fake account. The DNA found under Kayla's fingernail eventually returned a mixture of hers and an unknown male, a fact that may have suggested some gaps in the case. However, the mountain of circumstantial evidence tracking Sakina to the crime scene and cleaning up afterwards was overwhelming.
I do wonder if, like, she showered right when probably not, because she was working at the club, so it could be from something from
interacting with
dudes at the club, touching, rubbing bottles, passing, stuff like that. So I do just wonder if it's probably something from that.
Yeah.
Social media accounts report that Sakina gave birth in 2023 while in custody, awaiting trial for the murder of Kayla Hodgson. Her pregnancy would in fact form a central point of her defense. She argued that she went to Florida just to speak with Kayla, woman to woman. After being blocked online, she was left with no other means of communication.
She didn't owe you nothing.
When she arrived in the middle of the night, she claimed that Kayla attacked her with the hookah. The glass shattered. Sakina alleged that she was slashed across her midsection by a piece of this glass. The attack caused her to black out as she fought to protect the life of her unborn child. Sakina testified in her own defense over the course of 2 days. She admitted to cleaning up parts of the crime scene, changing into fresh clothing that she located in the apartment, and then discarding evidence into the trash before fleeing. She also admitted that she had been jealous of Kayla Hodgson.
A little, I guess you could say, jealous and like insecure.
Despite her jealous motive, she insisted that it was Kayla that had instigated the physical encounter when she hit her over the head with the hookah.
She just starts grabbing my hair and punching me, and I'm on the floor. I'm kicking. I'm trying to get up to fight back at this point because now it's a fight.
Prosecutors were not buying the story of a blackout. In the state's opinion, the attack that left Kayla dead from dozens of stab wounds may have occurred in a blind rage, but also constituted first-degree murder. They argued that Sakina had brought a knife with her to confront Kayla. She testified instead that after being slashed with the shard of glass, she awoke from her blackout holding a weapon and standing over Kayla's body. She must have grabbed for something sharp during the struggle. A knife was never located, though the state argued it was successfully disposed of. Despite the temporary blackout, Sakina did have the presence of mind to attempt a cleanup, change into fresh clothing, and dispose of her bloodied items.
Punching me.
Punching you where?
My face.
Where on your face? Point to it where?
I don't remember, but everywhere
You
on my face.
don't remember where she was punching you in your face?
In my face.
I mean, this is why you killed her, right?
No.
Right?
No.
It's not?
No.
You didn't kill her because she was fighting you?
No, I killed her because she took the glass from the hookah and slashed me across my stomach. I wasn't really walking over the blood, I was walking in the blood.
Should have stayed in New York.
You walked in the blood?
Yes.
With what shoes?
The BB shoes. I changed my shoes.
On Tuesday, the 14th of October, 2025, after an hour of deliberation, a jury found Sakina Thompson guilty of first-degree murder. Her sentencing took place on December 1st. Kayla's mother and brother gave victim statements to the court. They thanked law enforcement and the prosecution for their dedication in obtaining justice for Kayla. They noted that the number of friends and family members that attended court that day and throughout the trial stood as a testament to how many lives Kayla had touched and how deeply she was missed. Others also spoke, including Kayla's aunt and godmother.
We are forever changed, but by God, He did break us. We are stronger, and Kayla will be remembered always.
Handing down his sentence, Judge Siegel described the murder as heinous and noted that a life term was the only appropriate punishment for the premeditated killing. He gave Sakina Thompson this sentence without the possibility of parole.
Very dumb.
And that was the tragic case of Kayla Hodgson.
Now your child will grow up without a mother.
Without a mother. And, don't get it twisted, also, 9 times out of 10, your child is going to grow up in New York.
Yep.
You're going to be in Florida. How many times you think your child going to really travel down to see you through those 18 years? And hopefully after those 18 years, she's, okay, now I need to other than that, over a man, bro.
Over a dude that for some he claimed you, for some he didn't. Whatever, playing games with everyone. But like you did say, which I do agree with you in the beginning and stuff like that. I was just like, in this situation, it wouldn't have changed nothing. It is a dangerous game, talking to different dudes, especially if they got girlfriends and stuff like that, or whether they claiming them or not. He may not be claiming her, but she claiming him, and she want him all to herself. So
especially when she randomly pops up, she wants to fight and
she
all
wants
that.
all of that. Like that just would have been my thing. Like I'm already in people, and I say this all the time because folks will literally take your life, like literally take your life for a dude that honestly he ain't nobody's. Y'all ain't married. Y'all like nothing.
He run a game on both of
y'all.
y'all.
On everyone, and I'm pretty sure he was talking to other girls.
Yeah, and now her dumbass is locked up for life. Unfortunately, Kayla has lost her life. He's gone on with his life, talking to multiple other females still.
Yep.
So who wins in this situation? No one.
No one wins.
Everyone takes a loss.
Every single person. My heart goes out to Kayla family.
Kayla, her whole family takes a loss. You take a loss. Your child takes a loss.
Like, did you not think about that?
No.
You didn't.
Selfish.
Because you was so blinded by, what you say, jealousy.
Selfishness. That's all. That's all it was.
Obsessed over.
Because 9 times out of 10, so now we know how she get the address.
Yeah.
Is him sending her food. He never came to Florida to see her. He would only fly her out to New York.
Which already is kind of just like, whatever.
But it's 23 living a young life. I'm getting flued out. That flued out.
I'm talking more so like, yeah. My thing is like, I'm not. Yeah, I get it. You want to fly me out or whatever, but I guess that's neither here nor there. I mean, whatever. But I was about to say something about. I think I was about to say something about him, but I can't even remember. But
it also, I'll say this. It also showed, like, you know what I'm saying, the lack of respect he had for Kayla, anyways, where he would continue to put you in a situation where he instead of coming clean, be like, "Hey, my girl crazy. This would be best. Like, let's break this off." You knew that he had a girl, but. Also, unfortunately, with her selfishness of it as well, having a good time, she kind of was dismissive and didn't care. He want me or whatever, however you want to put it. But that shows you how lack of care he had, and you should have, like, we all got to make sure we hold respect for ourselves. Because if somebody will put you in a situation, have more respect for yourself enough where you can walk away. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't give 2 shits, especially she shows up and willing to fight you. Then right after that, willing to give his phone so she can find. So you telling him she's playing on my phone. He don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Because I think it's crazy that you know that you got a girlfriend. You don't claim her to some people, but whatever the case, that's neither here nor there. But you got a girlfriend that you act like to her you in love with, and you telling her, "I'll do whatever I need to do. You can come over and check my phone, go through my phone," which is crazy within itself. But the fact that you know that you talking to her, you probably talking to other people, and you got all this stuff in your phone. Why would you just like up that knowing her mental ain't all there and strong or whatever the case may be, and she acts like she acts about you? That is very dangerous, and it does show, like you said, the lack of respect and care of your safety, of Kayla's safety or in any other girl that he was talking to, knowing that this old girl act like she do. But
just a sad story.
It's sad all around because
young life gone.
Just gone. 23. Forever 23.
I remember when I was 23, bro. Like, there's so much more life to live.
So much more to see, so much more to do. Someone to properly love you and only you and all of you.
Because a lot of people don't even end up with the person they date at 23.
No.
That's the crazy thing.
A lot of people don't. Some do, a lot don't.
Yeah.
But rest in peace to Kayla, though.
Facts. Condolences go out to her family as well.
Yeah, most definitely.
But y'all let us know. Let us know how y'all feel about it in the comments down below for us. But until next time, y'all know how it go, man. I do go for the name DJ New Kid. This is
Sierra Nicole.
We are.
Kid and C.
We are.
No time to kick it, got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar.